The habits of weak men. Now, bro, the reason that I can talk about this and the reason that I can list off a bunch of these bad habits was because I was a weak man and I used to do a lot of these habits. So with that being said, I want to list a few of these habits so that you don't have to make the same mistakes, that you don't adopt these bad habits. Now, bad habit number one, the first one that I'm going to start with can be a little bit controversial, but it's people pleasing. Bro, do not become a people pleaser. Do not try and please everybody in your life at your own expense. When you become that nice guy and you try and please everyone in your life, you end up pleasing no one at all. We're seeing this a lot in this day and age, bro, with, politics, the left wing, right wing people, you try and please one group, you try and please one crowd, and you end up upsetting the next crowd. You end up upsetting the opposition. So then you try and please those people, but then again, you end up upsetting their opposition. If you constantly try and please everyone in your life, you will literally end up pleasing no one at all. And you will always be seen as a weak man by individuals. You've all heard the quote, nice guys finish last, but some people even go as far as to say, nice guys don't even finish the race. This doesn't mean to just be a complete dick. This doesn't mean to just be an unpleasant man to everyone in your life, but stand for what you believe in. Don't just bend and break your back to try and make people happy. Don't just start handing out your backbone to everyone, because then you leave yourself vulnerable. There's really a fine line when it comes to this, because again, I'm not saying for you to just be an absolute prick, but this is such a huge trait that you usually find in weak men. And these weak men do not get respect. They don't get respected by society, by women, by other men. Now, another bad habit number two, is having a victim mentality. If you have this victim mentality, bro, you feel like you're the victim of everything. You don't take responsibility, you don't feel like anything is ever your fault. This will only keep you weak in life. It's extremely important and valuable for you to realize that things are your fault. You are not just a victim. Things are your responsibility. A victim mentality is literally just a coping mechanism. If you don't realize that some of the bad things that happen to you in life are completely your fault, then how do you expect to learn? How do you expect to grow? How do you expect to progress in life? You will never look for solutions. You will never learn from the mistakes that you make. You will never learn from the bad things, and you will always stay in the same place. You will stay weak. Now, bad habit number three is being a slave to your emotions. Your emotions play a huge part in your life. They have a significant impact on the choices you make and the actions you take. Now, you can either become a master of them or a slave to them. When you're a slave to them, when you're a slave to your emotions, you often live in the now. You're not very rational and logical. You often make silly decisions, and this ultimately leads you to being weak. Now, I'm not saying you can never have emotions. That's impossible. You will always have emotions. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Human beings are emotional creatures. I have emotions, bro, every day. You will always have emotions, but you have to separate yourself from the emotion. You have to become a master of your emotions, and don't let them control you. Don't let them control your actions. Don't let them control your thoughts. Be aware of your emotions, observe your emotions, realize that they are just emotions, and even learn to embrace your emotions and understand why they can take control of you. Bro, once you start to understand that, only then can you start to take control of your emotions. Now, bad habit number four is indulging in pleasure and vices. This one is really just personal to you. Your vices might not be the same as mine. Mine might not be the same as the next man. Your vices are usually things that you do to suppress emotion. More specifically, negative emotion. This one really comes down to the individual. Your vices could consist of smoking weed, alcohol, porn addiction, video games. All of these things could be classed as vices. Vices are often very difficult to overcome, and this is why they keep you weak. Because again, you become a slave to them. You become a slave to your vices. You start to place all of your happiness upon your vices. You start to use them as a tool. You start to see them as your source of happiness. Again, leading you to be a weak man. You will only start to realize how bad these things are for you once you start to cut them out of your life. You might sit there and think, oh, porn isn't that bad. Smoking weed's not that bad, bro. Having alcohol, every weekend isn't that bad. In most cases, it is, because it's an addiction. You only realize how bad these things really are once you cut them out, once you stop doing them. Addictions will keep you weak. It's as simple as that. Now, the last one, bad habit number 5, again, is a little bit controversial, but I don't feel like it gets talked about enough. And it's jealousy. Bro, do you know how disgusting it is when you come across as jealous, extremely jealous? When you just have that energy about you as a man, you're extremely jealous. It just comes across as extremely weak. Now listen, jealousy is an emotion. Again, you will feel this emotion. I will feel jealous at times in my life. I will feel jealousy. I will look at people that are supposedly doing better than me, and I will feel that jealousy. But again, bro, it's how you react to that emotion. It's how you react to that jealousy. You need to realize that these people that are doing better than you are there for a reason. It's probably taken them a lot of time to get there. And if you were to really put things into perspective, there's no reason why you can't get to where they are. This is what you need to do, bro. You need to turn jealousy into inspiration. So instead of having that jealousy towards that person, seek some sort of inspiration from that. Look up to them and think, shit, if they can get there, why can't I? If they can achieve that amount of success, why can't I? Bro, when you come across as extremely jealous, it's not a good trait to carry as a man. It's a very weak trait to carry as a man. Again, we are all guilty of experiencing jealousy. You can't control how you feel. You can't control if you feel jealous or not, but you can control how you react to it. The reason you are jealous is because you compare yourself, but the only person you should compare yourself to is yourself, an older version of yourself. If you have that habit, bro, of just extreme jealousy towards other people, you will always stay weak. I hate to break it to you, bro, but it's the harsh truth. I'm gonna leave that one there. Watch this video right here to help you on your self-improvement journey. Subscribe to the channel and join a brotherhood of young men leveling up in life. Like the video, drop a comment, share it. I'm making it my mission to help turn boys into